What if the smallest thing you do tomorrow morning decides the shape of your life? What if a single ordinary action, making tea, tying a knot, pausing at the doorway, is not trivial but a quiet revolution? I once knew a man who refused ceremony. He thought rituals were for the weak, for people who could not handle the world. He lived by calendars and to-do lists. He polished his achievements like armor. One winter, his mother gave him an old, cracked teacup, a chipped, humble thing with a hairline fracture running like a river across its face. He did not know what to do with it, so he placed it on a shelf. Months passed. Each evening, exhausted, he found his eyes drifting to that cup. One night, almost without thinking, he washed it and set it carefully on the table. He brewed tea, sat, and drank. The tea tasted like silence. The next morning he woke earlier. The next night he rinsed the cup again. Slowly, that single small action, cleansing the teacup, being present for it, became a hinge. It opened a door he had stopped looking for. Why does a teacup matter? I will return to that. Hold the question. We live in a world that applauds scale. Big gestures get applause. Large projects gain respect. Yet beneath the clamor, there is a quieter economy that pays in depth, not applause. It is the economy of small acts repeated until they are no longer acts, but a way of being. Imagine a river. The water moves. The water knows speed. Over years, the river does not think about its energy. It carves a channel. The channel is a habit. The channel remembers the water. Habits are not only grooves of laziness, they are the memory of the self. Rituals intentionally sculpt those grooves. There is a paradox here. When we say ritual, many hear rigid. They imagine rules and constraint. But true ritual is not rigid. It is a frame that allows tenderness. It is a deliberate container for attention. It is the space where we practice being human. A woman I met in the city liked to light a single candle each morning before she left for her work. She did not do it for light. Her apartment was already lit by the sun. She lit the candle and watched the flame for 1 minute. She never told anyone. No one praised her for it. But over time, she noticed a change. She moved through the day differently. Meetings felt like events that visited her rather than storms that swamped her. Why? Because that minute of watching the flame was not about the flame. It was a small contract with herself. I will return. I will be present. I will not let the world dissolve me. These small contracts begin to answer a question we rarely ask out loud. Where do I belong when everything pulls me away? The market tells you to belong to brands, to productivity, to currency. Rituals invite you to belong to yourself. Pause with that. What belongs to you when nothing is demanded in return? You might be thinking, I already have enough to do. How could adding another routine help? This is the exact resistance that proves the need. The world offers tasks. A ritual is not a task. It is a conversation. When you carve out 3 breaths before a meeting, when you set your cup down with intention, you are teaching yourself to notice. You are rehearsing calm. If you have a small ritual, a cup of tea, a breath, a stretch, tell me in the comments. There is a quiet joy in naming what anchors us. Stories help because they are small houses of truth. A monk I knew kept a pebble in his robe. When conversation grew heated, he would press the pebble between his thumb and palm. He never explained this to guests. The pebble reminded him that the body was present even as the mind wandered into storms. You need not travel to the mountain to meet your center. A pebble, a teacup, a candle. These are low-cost altars. They are affordable sanctuaries in a world of expensive distractions. Notice how your language changes your life. When we call something ritual, we give it permission to be repeated without drama. It stops being a performance for others and becomes a practice for ourselves. When a practice is private, it is honest. When it is repeated, it accumulates yield like compound interest. Small yields, sustained, create a life. There is an inner economy to cultivate here. Let me tell you about the thief we never credit: attention. Attention is the currency of our inner world. We spend it on notifications, on anxiety, on future fears. Rituals are a means of depositing attention into a personal bank. Little deposits, when regular, yield balance. They create reserves for days when the world asks everything. At this point, you might be wondering, are we guaranteed transformation if we start small? Not guaranteed, because life resists, and because intention without feeling becomes mechanical. The peculiar art of ritual is not in following steps precisely, but in returning to the intention behind them. The teacup only became meaningful because the man returned with curiosity, not obligation. Ritual needs curiosity to endure. If these reflections are meeting you somewhere, consider subscribing so we can walk this quiet path together. There are more small doors ahead. There is also a shadow side. Rituals can become armor for avoidance. They can be excuses to hide. The question to ask is never whether you do small things. It is whether those small things open you or close you. Does your morning screen check expand your compassion or hollow it? Does your breath practice reconnect you to sensation or let you skip feeling? A true ritual will make space inside you for life to be felt. I want to share 3 simple rituals, not as rules, but as invitations. First, the door pause. When you move from one space to another, from home to work, from bedroom to kitchen, pause at the threshold for 3 breaths. Do not plan. Breathe. Feel the weight of your feet. Allow the moment to register. Second, the offering cup. Choose 1 cup. Wash it with attention each night. Let washing be a small act of gratitude. To your body, to the day. Third, the sentinel minute. Once daily, stand and watch the sky for 60 seconds. No phone, no thinking. Just watch the weather within you and above you. You do not need more time. You need this time to gather yourself. Listen, I am not asking you to become ascetic. I am asking you to become intentional. The teacup, the pebble, the candle, they are not tasks to complete. They are anchors for your attention. There is a secret we avoid, and it is the heart of this teaching. We do not want to be small. We think small equals less. But I will say something that feels strange. Being small well is the only way to carry the vast. The world will always invite us to expand outward. More roles, more noise. But our inner capacity grows when small things are honored. The big things become bearable. The big things do not vanish. They become meaningful. Here is the crux, and I will bring it softly. Ritual is a practice of remembering who you are between crises. We believe identity is a headline: CEO, parent, student. Ritual reminds us of the footnote: tender, alive, breathing. When the man with the teacup washed it each night, he was not cleaning china. He was reclaiming a corner of himself. The teacup became a memorial to return. That is why rituals matter. They stitch our passing moments into a garment we can wear through storms. But there is one more turn. Rituals are not only for quiet moments. They are also protests. When you take 3 conscious breaths before you react, you resist the tyranny of immediate impulse. When you wash a cup, you resist the market's claim on your attention. These are small acts of rebellion that have long shadows. If you know someone who is always rushing, share this with them. Sometimes a single idea, that slowing is not failure, can be a life-saving gift. Do this now with me, for a breath. Sit comfortably, place your hand where you can feel your heartbeat or rest it on your belly. Inhale slowly to the count of 4. Hold for 2. Exhale to the count of 6. Feel the coolness at the nostrils. Notice how a single composed breath can change your inner weather. This is the simplest ritual. Repeat it when the world feels loud. Later, when you return to your day, try the door pause. Try the offering cup. Observe without judgment. Make notes if you like. The transformation will not always announce itself. Often it is known only in small, gentle ways. A conversation that no longer sounds like battle, the ability to sit with grief without drowning, a lightness in your shoulders. These are the quiet returns. Now about the teacup. It is cracked, yes. That crack is essential. It reminds us of imperfection. I prefer cracked things. They show the passage. They tell a story that is not polished. When the man drank tea from that cup, he did not feel whole. He felt human. His small ritual did not cure his loneliness or fix his calendar, but it taught him to come back to himself. The self is not a problem to solve. It is a place to visit again and again. As we close, be gentle with yourself. You have been trained to move quickly. You have been rewarded for urgency. Let small acts be your way of learning how to live slowly inside a fast world. Begin not because you must, but because you are curious. Begin because something inside you wants to remember. If this touched you and you would like to walk this path together, subscribe and join our small community.
Take care of your body. It is the only home you will have in this life. If these words brought you clarity, walk this path with me.